Welcome to Vacation Station, hosted by Lisa and Nancy, editors of BigBlendMagazines.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Big Blend Radio's first Thursday Travel Tulare series with the Sequoia Tourism Council. And just so you know where Tulare County is, it is in Central California in the San Joaquin Valley. It is known for its abundance of crop production, lots of farms, dairy, and then if you go on up, you're in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, Sequoia National Forest, Giant Sequoia National Monument. It is a beautiful destination year-round. And today we're going to be talking about the different destinations. So the different communities like Visalia, there's Tulare, there's Woodlake, Lindsay, Three Rivers, Exeter, Dinuba. We're going to be talking about Porterville, all kinds of the communities that you can visit while you're going to see these giant sequoia trees that are world renowned. But also we're going to talk about the end of summer, what we can experience, because we are in fact most definitely in the dog days of summer. And let me tell you where we are, we're feeling it. It's warm and swampy, and going up into the giant forest or into Sequoia National Forest sounds like a good plan. Ending the day off in a community all sounds perfect. So for the website and I'll put all the links for the website in the show notes, no matter where you're listening from, is discoverthesequoias.com. So first I want to welcome Denise Alonzo back. She is representing Sequoia National Forest and the Giant Sequoia National Monument. And we heard we're not going to get to talk to her with as much, so we're hoping we get to snag her for one more show after this. Welcome back, Denise. How are you?
Thank you. I'm wonderful. Happy to be here.
Oh, it's always good. And you took us on one of our first adventures in Sequoia National Forest.
I did. And that particular trail is hopefully going to be open next summer, because the roads getting in there and out are closed right now, but they're getting spiffed up by the local Caltrans in Tulare County, and they hopefully will be open and ready to greet visitors next season.
And I want people to understand, if you're not familiar, I'm sure a lot of you heard over the news last year, there were fires in the forest and park areas. And then, of course, winter gave California a massive snowfall, which is a good thing, but then also created a few problems for us human beings in regards to traveling around a bit. But Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park is open. Both of those parks are open. The General's Highway is open. But the good news, Denise, I heard is that we can actually go back into Sequoia National Forest.
You can go into Sequoia National Forest, and most of the forest is open except for that section just above Springville, because the road had too much winter snow damage. And so that section's still closed through October. Caltrans is busily working away at trying to get it repaired and open again. But you can access things like Trail of 100 Giants from the California Hot Springs side of the forest. So you just come up from Porterville, you go south to California Hot Springs, and then up that way.
Oh, I do know we've done that then. Okay, cool. Yeah, now when you said it from Porterville, because now I do remember going there. It's beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful drive. And it's beautiful to go through Porterville, all the citrus orchards and citrus groves or orchards. Now I'm like, you guys know more about this.
Orange groves.
Okay, but you've got plum orchards and peaches and everything like that too.
And everything else. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Heath Jones, who is here from the Dinuba Chamber, knows all about grapes. That's in her backyard. And actually, you're like from the original Raisin land. You know, Fresno should have been filmed in Dinuba. I'm just saying.
I'm not sure that that's true anymore. There aren't as many raisins, grapes that are farmed here in Dinuba, but it's certainly a vast part of our history, and certainly connected to one of the county's largest festivals that happens here in the fall.
And that is the Raisin Day. Hi, welcome back. It's good to see you. Good to see you. We've also got Suzanne Bianco back with us. She is from Visit Visalia. Visalia is the county seat of Tulare County, and it's a beautiful, charming, historic downtown that you're going to want to visit. It's got all the modern amenities, but the downtown, you got to go downtown. There's breweries. Did I say breweries? There's more breweries and restaurants and really cool lodgings too. So welcome back, Suzanne. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me. I always enjoy having our little chats here and talking about Tulare County and all the great things that are happening here. Yeah. Breweries
It's
sound
good.
good right now. It's a little warm out.
It's a little warm, so you got to go in the forest and then come back down and have a brewski, right? How many breweries do you think you have in Visalia now?
Ooh, I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest with you. It's a goodly number.
That's a good, I think the whole
A
area
goodly
is getting,
number. I love that.
that's a goodly number. You can say that especially after a couple brewskis. No, just
I
kidding.
love downtown Visalia. It is
Isn't it
definitely a
cool?
great vibe. It's amazing. Even on warm summer nights, it's so inviting and
Well,
sweet.
that's
It's
nice. I
awesome.
mean, to be able to walk downtown and, still be in a short sleeve shirt, is really cool. Go to the farmers markets, and you've got a beautiful downtown too in Dinuba, Porterville. I mean, Tulare, the downtown, these historic downtowns, I think real connected. I want to go to Denise on this because I was talking about this on the show the other day, a different show. We were talking about the importance of the connection between the towns and the parks and forests, so public lands, basically, right? And how you go into a park or a forest, public land, the connection of the people are there as well. That, the history of the people, because there's even obviously the indigenous people, Native American people's history in the forest, right, in the parks. But don't you also have history of some of the areas, ranchers and people inside the forest that people can experience?
Yes, we do. And some of the cabins that you'll find on the national forest and up in the national park have been around for generations of families. There is a lot of history behind our public lands and then the private entities that are intertwined amongst the public lands. A lot of folks reside in the towns, Porterville, Tulare, Visalia areas, and they have summer cabins that they like to retreat to that have been in their families and their grandparents and great grandparents and their families for generations. And so they hold to heart those locations and, and enjoy those opportunities to escape there and go visit those places in the summertime. Often their families from out of town will come and they'll get to go retreat at that cabin during the heat of the summer when the valley is unbearably hot, and they can seek refuge in the mountains and go to their summer cabins and enjoy the time away.
That's funny you're talking about the heat, and it's end of summer, but it really feels like we're in the height of summer. Dog days of summer is like a real reality, right? So let's talk about how we can cool off. Obviously, go for a walk in the forest. You're up high, you get extra oxygen, and it's beautiful. Still go in the morning too. And we've been in the height of summer and still needed to take a jacket with us because it can change on you. So that's a refreshing little woohoo, yay. But then there's also water, and we also want to be careful about what we talk about. Like there's been such a huge snowpack this winter that water, it can take you away, and you don't want that to happen in some of the rivers and under waterfalls and everything. But there are places you can cool off, right, Denise? Natural areas that people can splash around safely.
Well, we have available locally, we have Lake Success, and we also have Lake Kaweah, and both of those places are in Tulare County, and they offer a nice cool retreat to the summer temperatures. We do have a current situation with the rivers. Like you said, the snow melt is still keeping the rivers running excessively high. And even though they might look cool and refreshing if you were to, jump in, put your foot in, the water, the rushing snow melt is coming down with a very high intensity, and you may not expect, but if you step into the water at all, your feet may be washed right out from underneath you. And then if you get caught up in the rapids as they're going down the river, you could get your foot or your leg or your arm caught under a rock, and then you may not be able to get out of the water. So we do have a closure. Tulare County Sheriff's Department does have a river closure for all the rivers in our area. So we ask that you stay out of the river because we can't get rescue people able to come to your rescue. And then also you're putting the first responders' lives at risk by getting into the waterways. So we do ask that you stay out of the rivers, but like I said, Lake Kaweah and Lake Success are right here in our area, and they are very well prepared to receive visitors. And on boats, they rent boats and you can go swimming. And we recommend that you wear a life jacket because you can't often anticipate if you're going to step off of a bench or something underwater. So please wear your life jacket. But they are welcome and open and ready to greet visitors.
Can you go fishing there? I had to ask that just for you.
Absolutely. Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that on Saturday.
I see she seems to fish a lot. I love this. So let's talk a little bit of cooling off, Suzanne. In the one thing about Visalia, you've got all the hotels that have swimming pools too, right? That people can go poolside if they want to.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always a fun vacation, but Adventure Park has a Sequoia Springs water park that is open now for the summertime. It's a great opportunity for families to come and cool off. There's slides, there's a gigantic 900-gallon bucket that dumps water and a big water feature. And there's cabanas that families can rent. So mom and dad can hang out on the couch in the cabana while the kids run around and play in the cool Sequoia Springs water park area.
Oh, is Balch Park open? Does anyone know if that opened up? Nope, not this year. Okay, maybe next year. So Heath, what happens in Dinuba? How are you cooling off? You're going to get in the fountain downtown?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're utilizing our entertainment plaza downtown in the best way. We have our Friday night lights, farmers market every Friday night downtown, and then the fountains are on.
Cool.
See, it's a really nice backdrop. It's small town America. It just looks like that. It feels like that. You've got live music playing downtown. You have farmers and food vendors, and the kids are just having the best time for sure. And once the sun starts to go down, like it's not as the heat isn't as abrasive too. So once the sun starts to cool off, so do we. But as far as
that's how the crops grow. That's how the crops grow, is having that little cool snap is like perfect for them. But yeah, the golf course, I remember having sunset dinner and cocktails going, well, this is quite lovely. I could do this.
It's awesome. And it's just a beautiful area. I wish I had a picture of it just to flash on the screen, but it's such a pretty picturesque area. And then they have the misters the cool misters that come down, and it really kind of takes the edge off of that kind of stagnant heat. So
and it's an Audubon course, I believe. So like birds and everything, they use the reclaimed water and then you have golf courses too, Suzanne, in your backyard that people can go hang out at.
Yeah, the Valley Oaks Golf Course is not only a certified autism center, which is really awesome, but it's a 9 holes, so 27 total holes of golf. So you could really vary it up, do a different set every day and play effectively a different course every time. They also do foot golf there. So
cool.
That's playing soccer in a golf format. So that's really a fun spot.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the events that are coming up. I know, Heath, this Raisin Day is a big deal, and you've got a barbecue thing happening. So basically, if you're hungry, you need to go to Dinuba. What's happening and when?
Barbecue Festival is August 5th from 11 to 6 p.m. It's going to be in Roseanne Voyage Park. This is the first time we've done it. It's actually put on by the city of Dinuba, but we're trying to support it in whatever way that we possibly can. We're all for the city bringing new events, especially when it relates to food, because we know that brings the community together, because we all can meet at the table to eat, right? We all love food, and I love barbecue. So I'm originally from the Southeast, and so I'm super interested in seeing what, a true display of California barbecue actually looks like.
Well, Central California is known for barbecue.
I'm excited.
There's the Santa Maria style and all of that, and you've got cows around you, so I think barbecue is good. You do, you have dairy.
A lot of cows.
You've got real ice cream. That's what we were talking about the other day, was the fact of real ice cream. We were on a show about England, and I started talking about Tulare County, because they're like, one of the top things in Norfolk, England is to have ice cream. And I said, I know people think that's, well, you can get ice cream anywhere, but a lot of times the ice cream you get that is pre-done is not necessarily pure. In fact, some of it doesn't melt in the sun, and that's a true story.
Yeah.
However, hey, look, Suzanne's taking us on a tour. But anyway, I love this. Ice cream wise, I remember going to Rosa Brothers in Tulare and having real fresh, farm fresh, like you can have farm fresh ice cream. And that is something we can talk about for, Tulare County, You want dairy, you want cheese, like Bravo Farms has cheese and okay, I'm hungry now, but ice cream is a big deal. So can you have ice cream at your barbecue? Because you can't have barbecue without ice cream. I'm just
I
saying,
don't know if there's ice cream there, but
there
I know
better
that
be.
there's got to be something there to cool us off for sure. I'm positive of it. But we do have some great ice cream in our
Mhm.
downtown too.
Yeah.
Like I think we probably have about 4 different places downtown that you can
Oh.
get ice cream at.
Okay, before Raisin Day, Suzanne, you got ice cream. I know you do. You know what I'm talking about, being real fresh ice cream.
Yeah, there's a couple of great places to have ice cream, but what I'm kind of fantasizing today about is the Orange Works ice cream shop down the street. They are not just an ice cream shop, they're they have sandwiches and things like that, but they make their ice cream an orange ice cream, which is sort of a unique thing. You don't usually have that at a ice cream shop, but they do a really delicious local orange ice cream that is really refreshing, a citrusy flavor. And yeah, that's a good one. The
Okay,
different
I'm
flavors,
definitely
but
headed
more
to
than just that.
Visalia. I'm going today. I
Yeah.
want to go.
I want
love
one
that
now.
place.
Denise, do you have a specialty, a cool off specialty treat?
I actually like smoothies. I take my bananas and after they've turned, I throw them in a Ziploc bag and throw them in the freezer. And then I make smoothies out of them for dessert in the summertime.
Oh,
That's not a bad idea.
do you guys know Reimers up in Three Rivers?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay,
Reimer's chocolate. Oh yes.
I know this doesn't sound like it would hit great, but like they have a lavender ice cream that
yeah.
is beyond amazing. Like absolutely everything that I love in this world.
I love their local berry ice cream. That is absolutely the best. That's
The
really,
wild berry.
they have a wild berry. They pick berries in the local area, the foothills there, and they make a homemade ice cream out of it that is so delicious. That's what I always recommend people give a try. It's really good.
Reimers is awesome because you go through the park. You know, you're up and hiking all day, come back down through the park, and there it is. It's like everybody stops at Reimers and Three Rivers on the way. Like you've got to get and then get goodies because they got chocolate and candy and gifts, and they have that amazing Christmas shop too. And they make Stollen for Christmas.
And then you've got that view on the back porch.
Yeah.
That and right now, like I know we talked about the dangers of the water, and that's an important point, but for like just viewing the water, it's absolutely beautiful. Like the river is beautiful right now.
Oh man. I'm missing that area, your area. I'm missing your backyard. We'll be driving through there in winter though, you know, and there's so much to do then too. That's the thing. It's like, you know, we talk about summer and it's hard to imagine that you guys had snow right now, isn't it? Like
Still have snow.
Well, the other exciting
still
thing
say
is
snow.
the other exciting thing is with all this water on the rivers, they and depend on when they're able to do it, but some of the river rafter outfitters are back, so they're having a season where they can finally do some river rafting, and that's really exciting. That's for a person looking for a thrill. They can get out on Kaweah River for sure and do some river rafting, which is really exciting.
Very cool
activity to do.
Now, Denise, you need to have an outfitter, right? If you're going to do that.
Yes, you do. And they have made an exception for people who are professional outfitters. You can book a river trip with one of them. You just need to plan ahead.
That's awesome, man. Because not a lot of people get to do it. Is there a place you can go tubing? Take your little river tube, or do you want to be careful this year?
Well, this year, no, because the rivers are
but you could float in Kaweah in Kaweah River.
Absolutely, yes.
That's what I want to do. I want to float. I don't need any crazy action. I just need to float. That's all I want.
Nice and relaxing at either Lake Kaweah or Lake Success.
Okay, and let the fish, you know, do their thing, and you can go get them. Yeah, that's it. Oh, right. Well, hey, I need a manicure or pedicure like here. Just go get him. It's all. Hey, that's a form of massage in somewhere in Asia. I think they do that. You put your feet in a fish bucket and they, I don't know, they clean your feet. I don't know, but anyway, let's stay on topic, shall we? Let's go back to events. So Raisin Day, speaking of feet, shriveled feet. Sorry, I had to.
I'm so glad that's what you thought of when you thought about
I know. I was
fish
just
nibbling
like,
on
well,
your
you haven't
toes.
seen my feet lately, but no, anyway. No, raisins, no, that's part of your heritage. And I think that's really cool. And you have that beautiful park downtown Dinuba. And I've talked about this, you know, every time you're on the show and we talk about Dinuba is the beautiful gardens. So when you go there, there's a golf course, a historic downtown, but everybody is like really, it's not just farms and agriculture. People are proud about being able to grow things in their homes. And so it just makes for a beautiful drive through the neighborhoods. And Nancy and I did it. We got lost for a little while and drove around and just looked at people's gardens going, man, that is so cool. They're able to grow this because a lot of places you can't. So it's beautiful. But on the way to, so check out everyone's gardens on the way to the event. When you get to that beautiful park.
So Raisin Day is taking place this year, the 21st to the 24th of September. We're going to kick off that Thursday night with a family night. And at family night, we're going to celebrate some of our young entrepreneurs in our region too. So allowing them to set up and showcase some of the businesses that they've started. So we're really excited about adding that piece that's new this year. I'm really excited about it. It goes back to kind of like our student youth advocacy that our chamber is doing, and really kind of celebrating the growth of that young mind and young entrepreneur in our communities.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool. I love that. Oh, we're gonna have to do a show on youth of Tulare. That would be really cool to do.
I think we have some really exciting things happening in our county. I mean, Suzanne, and that's kind of what I was getting at when she mentioned the autism friendly places. But Suzanne, like, you want to touch on that? Like, that's huge in your community.
Yeah, that's really been exciting to have our tourism-based businesses really focus on neurodiversity and, going through a program to become a certified autism center. Visalia is the first certified autism destination in the country, in the USA, which is really exciting to be on the forefront of that. That means that, people with all sorts of or neurodiverse people can come here and can be assured that they will be met with compassion and understanding. And we will do our best in our city to welcome you and to accommodate any special needs that you might have. People with a hidden disability, which, there's a wide variety of things that people can have that don't put them in a wheelchair, for example, which is a visible sign of a disability, but that might just need some additional help. They can participate in our sunflower program. In our office, we have little lanyards or rubber bracelets that have a specific sunflower on them. And when they go into some of our merchants that have gone through that training, if they see that sunflower, they can approach the person and say, hey, I see that you're self-identifying as maybe needing a little extra help. I'm happy to do so. What can I do for you today? And that's a really exciting thing to, sort of break down the barriers of travel for people. We are in the business of making happy family travel memories, and we want to make sure that all families get an opportunity to travel together. So that's been a really great program for us, and we're really excited about that.
That's awesome. Speaking of that too, Denise, isn't the Trail of 100 Giants? No, is it 1,000? Then it's 10,000. I keep giving you more
100.
giants. I know, but I
giants.
give you more. I'm giving you more. You guys, we're going to replenish those that went away. It's like, here, you got 1,000 now. But isn't that accessible for people that are in wheelchairs or moms pushing strollers?
Yes, it is accessible. It's got a hardened surface for people in wheelchairs or strollers or walkers or anything like that. There's certain little sections of it that have been wiped out by a giant sequoia tree, but most of the trail is easily accessible by anybody in a wheelchair, physically challenged.
Yeah, and the giant forest in Sequoia National Park is like that too. And I think that's really important for people to realize that you can experience these great wonders of our world regardless of a disability. And I have a friend who is blind and actually speaks around the world on technology and things to help blind people. And we were talking about this, even going to a park, being able to hear, to smell. He even goes on road trips, and day drives with his wife. And he goes, oh, I can tell we're at the ocean. I can smell the air. I can hear it. So even if you're blind, you can understand and appreciate these places. And so, yeah, it's really important to understand all of those. I hate to say disabilities, but that is the word. And yeah.
Well, the National Park Service did a great video series where they have people of varying abilities exploring the park, including a Braille descriptor of a vista or someone in a wheelchair camping out in one of their accessible campsites. It's a really great way for people to see what that looks like for them to travel. So I would encourage people to check that out as well. The accessibility video series for Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park is it's a great way for people to understand and really see firsthand from a person exploring the area.
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah, I've got a project under my belt on this, and I'll have to tell you all later. It's very cool. I can't tell anybody though, but I'll tell you guys later. but
I like
it's very cool.
secrets.
Very cool. I know secrets are good, right? But anyway, so we started at family night, and then we drifted off into
Oh, I
family
didn't mean to
friendly
drift
Tulare
off.
County. No,
So
we
I'm
all did.
so
No,
excited
no,
about working
we
with
got to
the
showcase
families.
the county, so this is great. And I do want. Oh, speaking of family friendly, Ag Ventures in Tulare, I want to give a shout out for them, and also Farmer Bob's out in Ivanhoe. If you want to know about agriculture and farming, those are two experiences, and also the museum in Visalia, the Agricultural Museum, has some great tools for that. So let's talk on that. So yeah, Heath, tell us a little bit about the rest of, we won't interrupt, I promise.
No, I might interrupt myself. Who knows? I never know what I'm gonna do. So anyway, Thursday night when we launch family night, the carnival will open. We're working on ways to allow special lines or special service to families that have children with disabilities for Thursday night. So look for that specifically. But then our main vendors and entertainment will be Friday and Saturday. We'll have a parade downtown on Saturday as well. And then we'll have a multicultural event on Sunday to kind of close everything. So yeah, trying to cover, a lot of different things, but it is the third largest event in Tulare County, and we're proud to have it and host it here in Dinuba.
It's amazing because you're a small community, so it's like that's huge. You did also you're talking about family friendly. Is Naylor's organic farm, they're family friendly too, don't they do like school groups and teach people about organic
They do the UPIC
farming?
and not only that, but they're now doing like some small farm animals. So they've got chickens. And so like if you follow along with their Instagram page, it's like all about their journey of adding chickens, of adding this and that, and really kind of like that. I don't know if they have goats, but I would be so down with goats. I know that our FFA just had baby goats not too long ago, and that was cool. So there's a lot of like, yeah. Anytime I get to play with baby farm animals, I'm absolutely down for sure.
I'm taking care of a donkey right now.
I have a miniature donkey.
Do you really? This is cool. Okay, so Suzanne, I want to go back to you real quick. Farmer Bob, he's still doing tours for everybody. You can go on like the behind the tractor tours and go through the orange groves.
Yeah, Farmer Bob is taking July and August off this year. So they are not offering tours. They're just doing some private events and things like that for July and August, but they'll be back in September when the weather cools off a little bit. So it'll be a good opportunity to come and walk through the groves and take a look at the route that fruit takes to get from the farm to your table.
Awesome. I know you were talking also that the Dark Sky Festival is coming up.
Yeah, the Dark Sky Festival is happening in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. Sequoia Parks Conservancy helps to get that event going. That'll be on Saturday, September 9th in the parks. There will be different programming throughout the park. It's a daytime event as well as a nighttime event. They'll have, of course, telescope setups and people helping you to understand what it is you're seeing through the telescope, but speakers and other activities for kids and families and anyone in there visiting the park. It's a free festival. So that's something that really people really look forward to. And exploring the night sky. It's amazing to look up at the dark sky in a true dark sky area and see the number of stars. It's mind-blowing, actually. Denise, I don't know if you have any ranger programs for dark sky or...
We don't, but we do have a grand opening, or not a grand opening, open house at Buck Rock Lookout coming up on September 3rd, and we'll be celebrating 100 years this year.
Oh, wow.
Yep, that's
That's-
why I added the little image behind me of Buck Rock Lookout. It's a historic lookout located at 8,500-foot elevation on the Sequoia National Forest, Hume Lake Ranger District. So everybody is welcome to come join us. It's a free open house, and we're going to celebrate 100 years.
That's on my bucket
amazing.
list, actually.
Yeah. Now, is it true that you can stay in some of those lookouts, like camp overnight in them?
There is one lookout tower down on the Kern River Ranger District that it's Oak Flat Lookout, and it's normally open for rental. It's got some maintenance issues right now, but please look in the future of renting the Oak Flat Lookout on the Kern River Ranger District.
And it's
cool.
recreation.gov, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, everyone, for that, it's awesome. So anything else from you that we should look forward to for the end of summer, besides breweries and ice cream and orange ice cream farms? We've got trees, we've got raisins, we got all kinds, we got festivals. Anything else from any of you? All right. Well,
I
there's
feel
a
like
lot to do.
I think we hit all of our key points there.
Yeah, but
Our
also
activities.
I want to encourage people to also, while they're there, look at the public art throughout the downtowns. That's something you can do also early mornings and the evenings when you're going to have dinner, take that extra walk, those extra steps, see some of the murals and statues throughout all the communities like Exeter, Tulare, Dinuba. You've got some too, and Porterville's got some new ones with the forest in there too. So check those out. So thank you all for joining us. I'm going to give out everyone's website, but everyone, that's all linked in the show notes for the forest, Sequoia National Forest. Go to fs.usda.gov/Sequoia. You can also go to visitvisalia.com, and you can maybe go even meet Suzanne downtown when you're in the downtown district, right, Suzanne? And also dinubachamber.com. That's where you're going to find out all about the Raisin Festival. But again, the main website to go to is discoverthesequoias.com. As I was saying, we're here every first Thursday talking about Tulare County, what you can see, do, and experience. And you can keep up with us at bigblendradio.com. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining us, ladies.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Lisa.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.